It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Do current market conditions have you nervous? Our experienced team of financial professionals at Heritage Harbor Financial Associates understands that no two investors are alike. We all have different goals, needs, and appetites for risk. That's why the one-size-fits-all approach does not work, especially when planning for retirement. At Heritage Harbor Financial Associates, we analyze your unique investment style so that you can work toward your individual retirement goals on your terms. Heritage Harbor Financial Associates can help you take steps to reach your retirement goals by providing a wide array of financial products to fit your needs, even for the risk adverse. Give us a call at 631-331-6599 to learn more or to set up an appointment with one of our financial professionals. You can also find us on the web at hhfa.org or on Facebook at facebook.com/hhfa.org. Our number again is 631-331-6599. That's 631-331-6599. Investments in stock, bonds, and mutual funds and variable annuities are not FDIC insured and are subject to fluctuation in value and market risk, including loss of principal. Heritage Harbor Financial Associates offers securities through AXA Advisors LLC, New York, New York. Member FINRA, SIPC. Annuity and insurance products offered through AXA Network LLC.
Edward Lehman has been a trusted insurance advisor for over 16 years with insurance solutions for auto, home, commercial, life, and retirement. He's located at 54 Sunnyside Boulevard, Suite H in Plainview. That's just 1,000 feet south of 495. Local agent, local advice. The time to think about insurance is before you need it. So do yourself a favor and before you pay your next insurance bill, give Ed and his team a call, 516-935-3900, or visit him online at www.allstate.com/EL. Edward H. Lehman Insurance is your trusted insurance advisor.
This is Jimmy Buffett, and you're listening to the Sports Lords on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. Let's go to the beach.
Be fearless at MMA Long Island and Seituha Karate. Located at 28 Colt Court in Ronkonkoma, MMA Long Island is the martial arts school for you if you want to learn combat-proven techniques, build confidence, discipline, and self-esteem while learning real martial arts to fight back against bullies, predators, and peer pressure. MMA Long Island offers group and private lessons for all ages and levels in traditional Goju-Ryu Karate, MMA, and self-defense. MMA Long Island is one of Long Island's most affordable martial arts schools. There are no promotion, belt, or membership fees, and family discounts are available. All classes are taught by 7th degree black belt Sensei John Benedict with over 30 years teaching experience. So whether you want to get in the ring or protect yourself and your family, MMA Long Island can help you reach your goals. Visit MMALongIsland.com. That's MMALongIsland.com or call or text 516-381-9660. That's 516-381-9660.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
This week's episode of the Sports Lords is brought to you by Frankie and Jeff's Italian Eatery in Flushing, Queens, serving up fresh rat and raccoon just like they do in the old country. Mamma mia, that's a spicy raccoon or rat. And now it's time for the Sports Lords.
It's time for the Sports Lords. Here comes the Sports Lords. It's time for the Sports Lords. It's Captain Jay. Here comes the Lord.
Oh, is that new lyrics to the theme song?
Yeah, you never know what you're gonna get, man.
Oh, wow. Crazy.
That's amazing.
I don't know what came over me.
We're taking the show to a higher level every single freaking week.
Yeah, you know? It's partially it's this Diet Pepsi that I'm drinking right now. And also partially it's because our good friend, as you all heard, Jimmy Buffett, he gave us a call over the weekend and was like, hey fellas, I want to do a little drop for you if that's cool. And we were like, of course.
Yeah. Mr. Buffett, huge fan. So thank you, Jimmy Buffett, that is. And I'm wearing a Hawaiian shirt to honor you and adding the hat to honor Mike Love. from the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
And also
that's
thank you,
awesome.
Jimmy O'Connell.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you can thank
Not
me
just
too.
Jimmy Buffett. Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin, it's a beautiful tribute to both Jimmy Buffett and Mike Love. You know, in a way, Mike Love had to walk so Jimmy Buffett could run, right?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, California, Southern California has Mike Love. The Southern Florida has Jimmy Buffett.
Exactly.
He kind of, he's part of that whole Key West music scene that we all know so much about.
Yeah. I can name all those artists that came out of there. Jimmy Buffett,
Kenny Chesney.
Sure. Keith Martinez.
Keith Martinez, amazing guy.
Jeff Key, Ben West.
Yeah. Mike Miami.
Yeah. Mike Miami. Love Mike Miami.
Double M, baby. He's so good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good stuff, man.
And Diego, I see you've your background today is the famous Fulton County fire.
Yeah, never forget.
Yeah.
And also two of my all-time favorite Braves. I'm covering up Dion, but Dave Justice.
Dion,
too.
Dave Justice, classic.
Yeah. Wasn't that McGriff's first game as a Brave? Am I
He had
remembering
just signed.
Yeah.
And had just shown up in Atlanta. I think they were taking photos on the field with him when it all went down. There is a photo of him somewhere where he's standing like, I don't know, like with a huge fire in the background.
Yeah.
Crime Dog, baby.
Oh yeah. Freaking legend.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like with the Braves Hall of Fame snubs, everyone always brings up Dale Murphy, but I'm like, Fred McGriff, like
it's insane that Fred
San
McGriff
Diego stuff too.
Yeah. And then he was still like hitting homers for the Rays when he was like 42 years old.
Yeah.
Like he played for a long time.
Yeah, it's crazy that McGriff, Murphy, and Andrew Jones, I mean, they should all be in the Hall of Fame.
Well, Andrew Jones, that is just, come on. He's the greatest center fielder of all time.
Yeah. Well, it's a shame on the entire Braves organization that they still haven't retired his number.
Right.
What the hell's going on with that, man?
Yeah. The only Braves.
Sometimes they make some weird choices, like not giving Freddie Freeman all the money he wants.
Yeah.
That better happen soon, or I'm going to be pissed.
And you don't want
to see me pissed.
You don't want Buffett Kevin. You don't want Keys Kevin.
Yeah.
Upset.
I look very laid back in this Hawaiian shirt, but I still,
that's a Purple Heart on the hat, right?
It's actually it's a flying cross, I think.
Oh, okay.
This was my grandfather had a flying cross, and I have all of his old man white hats.
Stolen valor, Kev.
Exactly. He was a brave veteran, and I am here. Look at me.
And you're alive.
He was a pilot?
He was a gunner on a plane in World War II. Sort of a war hero. So yeah that's my valor.
By the transitive property, therefore Kevin is a war hero.
Yes, exactly.
My grandpapa in El Salvador was a pilot. He was about to get recruited into the war by the Allies should the war have continued to go, because they were like recruiting people everywhere. But he would fly those double-decker biplanes from back in the day, and his partner was like the wing walker guy.
Damn.
Holy crap.
And he was also a bit of a ladies' man, and he would like fly over the beach and like try to impress all the ladies.
If you fly a plane, you're gonna be a Casanova.
Yeah.
That's easy access right there.
I have some of his old like leather hats and goggles. I used to try to wear those to pick ladies up, and they would just think I was weird. They thought they were weird, and I was like, "Nah, man, I'm a fly boy. You see? Hey, Toots, you want to go grab a gin sparkly rummy or whatever? I don't know.
Yeah, what do they drink back? Like you want to have a martini and a pile of beef?
I love a pile of beef.
Nothing was more romantic in the 30s than a pile of beef.
You go out to
I
a
guess
fancy restaurant, you get a pile of beef.
I guess if you could afford a pile of beef back then, you were kind of the big shot.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Oh, mother, he bought an entire pile of beef.
Well, I never. Totally different era, but you know.
Yeah, different. Like that was a Southern mother, New York City daughter. Yeah. So anyway, we're basically troops. All three of us, really.
Long story short, we're all troops, and we expect to be saluted and have our hands shaken wherever we go.
And we're lords, so don't forget about that either.
Yep.
So present us with that proper respect as well.
Yeah,
we're Irish lords, troops, and heroes.
Yeah, I'm working on it with like the Irish and American governments to get an O added to the front of my last name, O Martinez.
O Martinez.
Incredible.
But we'll see.
Let's make that happen. Yeah,
it's taken a while here.
Yeah, hopefully Joe Biden can pull all the right strings to get that, to make that happen.
Nah, listen here, fat. You're gonna have to put an O in front of this guy's name, okay?
Joe, do you think Joe just calls everybody fat? Hey, fat.
Listen here, fat.
I hope he does.
Yeah, I hope so too. Who did he call fat? Didn't he call it? No, it was a guy in the crowd. Yeah,
it was somebody who was challenging him on some promise he'd made when he was vice president. I think Joe didn't like getting grilled by some rando. So
no.
You know, sometimes you got to throw a low blow to protect yourself. That's what
absolutely. You got to give them. You got to give them one of these.
Exactly.
And then listen here, fat.
Yeah, he's less creative with the nicknames.
Yeah.
That's where Trump really excelled.
Yeah,
say
what you want about the guy.
One thing he excelled at.
Yeah, he for his flaws, I'll be damned if he couldn't deliver some good lines, some good bully, 8th grade bully name calling.
Yeah,
damn good at that.
Absolutely. Well, anyway, that covers sports for the week. Thanks for tuning in.
Hey,
great show, everybody. We'll see you next week.
We did it. This is why you tune in, just to hear this.
But can in all seriousness, sports wise, can we talk about these freaking wackadoo borderline personality disorder New York Mets? What's going on with these guys?
That's what's going on,
It wasn't sometimes we're just a little cuckoo.
Yeah.
So are the Mets.
It's like Steve Cohen, get on the horn. You got to get Dr. Phil up in Queens immediately to work this out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, you need to talk. You and you, and it's your fault. Okay.
You shut up. All right. I'm talking.
You shut your mouth. And
we're gonna bring your parents out here, and they're gonna tell us some stories about, why you haven't gotten any hits so far.
And we're not referring to Mr. and Mrs. Met relationship when we're talking about Trouble in Paradise up in Queens.
No, they've always had a healthy sexual relationship.
Yeah, you can listen to it on our show. They talk about his, Mr. Met describes his dong and how it's a baseball.
Yeah, and they kind of look, every marriage takes work, but theirs is indestructible.
They're good. We're talking about the team.
The team. So this team is so bizarre. There was the first thing was that happened last week was the Mets fired their hitting coach Chili Davis.
Yes,
whose restaurant he has a restaurant where he serves chili that's been a sponsor.
Yeah,
delicious. But they fired him.
Bad going in, worse coming out. We all know that. We all know the tagline.
So they fired him, and then they hired a guy named Hugh Quattlebaum.
Yeah, I know,
One of the best names I've seen in a long time.
they got a Harry Potter character to come in and be a freaking hitting coach, and
Yeah.
it made Mayor Pete Alonso cry.
Yeah,
Mayor Pete Alonso
cried.
And so that was weird. And then there was the whole thing where they were talking about a hitting coach on the team that didn't really exist.
Mhm.
It was like, did you see that? That was
I heard
earlier.
something about that. Yeah.
It was like, I don't remember the name that they were using, but it was like this weird in joke that the team thought was funny and media was just baffled by. And then to add to that, last weekend, there was a little fielding mix up with Francisco Lindor and Jeff McNeil. And then I guess they fought in the tunnel, and the whole team like rushed over. So after the game, the media asked about it, and Frankie Lindor gave this weird answer about how that he saw a rat, but Jeff McNeil said it was a raccoon, and that's why they were arguing.
Yeah. Very strange. Apparently, earlier in the game, there had been a ground ball up the middle, and there was like, I think Lindor assumed McNeil was going to take it, and then McNeil didn't take it. And so then they just didn't make the play, and the guy got on base because there was a miscommunication between the two of them. So there was I heard some speculation that that's what caused because everybody assumes they had a fight, like they were fighting, but
yeah, and
came out with this weird ass story.
And even I was just seeing the reaction of Ron Darling, who's one of the Mets play-by-play guys. And even he was like, I found that answer of the press conference to be bizarre. They should have just come out and said, Lindor should have just said, in all seriousness, we had a disagreement. We just both care so much about this team and baseball that we got heated, but I'd rather
we're going to come up with a story that makes our stadium seem like a dump that has rats and raccoons in it. That'll be better.
It's like he thought
we got a big pile of trash back there. So all sorts of critters.
Hey, we got critters all over the place, man. We got raccoons. I'm a squirrel. We're all animals from our former manager. So hey, it's part of it.
It's like he thought that people would find that charming or something, but it's just like everyone kind of was just like, that's bizarre. What do you we know you're lying, obviously.
Yeah, the commitment to it, it's like, okay, maybe throw that out as a joke for a line or two, and then like you said, you're like, but seriously, we got into an argument, it got heated, but that's because we care, and we squashed it, and I love playing with that guy, whatever, all the BS they say, but they committed to the story all the way.
And it's just yet another reason why this I don't know, this whole the Mets are just a clown car, man. They can't help but be do shit like this. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about them, but and probably doesn't help that Lindor has played like garbage, or he just can't hit this year.
And I wonder if that's part of it, because his contract is what it is, and it got out in public. And then if you're McNeil, it's like, what the heck? This guy's getting paid that, and then he can't even get the ground ball. There could be some resentment. Which, again, if you're honest about it, I feel like most people will respect you more and care less and make a less thing of a thing about it. But instead, it's raccoons.
Yeah, weird story.
And it's all magnified because being a New York team, they get a ton of media coverage. So
but and also we touched on it a little bit pre-show, but Jeff McNeil's was given the nickname Squirrel by sex creep Mickey Callaway, former Mets manager / current sex creep Mickey Callaway.
I'm glad he hasn't given that up yet.
He gets to keep that title.
He's hanging strong.
So it's kind of hilarious that some of the Mets have these nicknames that were given to them by this guy who is now a known sex pest. And also, McNeil, like Diego, you were saying, he's actually got more of a rat face than a squirrel.
Yeah.
I think just calling him rat would probably be too mean. So he's just like, I'll go squirrel.
Right. And I mean, like, there's people who have like ratty, like I have friends who are like kind of ratty, you know, and it's like, hey, it is what it is. But but also with Jeff McNeil, I think we were at the game all together where they were giving out the shirts.
Yeah.
And the design was kind of clunky because it looked like it was like a fart cloud coming out of his butt. It was supposed to be a squirrel tail.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's, I don't know what it is, but when the Mets take the field, it's like send in the clowns.
Yeah.
It wasn't a fart.
That's what they keep saying.
Yeah, but anyway.
And the news continue to get worse for them because Jacob deGrom is now on the IL. And that sucks for the Mets, and it sucks for like just baseball fans in general, because like I love watching him pitch because he's ridiculous. He's the best pitcher in baseball.
He's the best
by
pitcher
far.
in baseball, yeah.
And it sucks to not be able to see him. It sucks that he's going to be on the IL.
Is he on the 10-day IL, or do we know how long?
It's 10-day.
10.
Yeah. So
yeah, because I was watching that game and it seemed like he I don't know, he looked off, and then he went out to warm up, and then he came out of the game. But I guess, yeah, it's a delicate thing when you're having your body throw 100 miles per hour consistently.
It's not
like,
natural.
And whenever you pitch, it's like you have to literally do everything to win.
Yeah,
because no one's going to help you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's
a heavy burden.
Which, speaking of pitchers doing everything, how about this Huascar Inoa for the Braves?
Woo,
baby.
He's becoming my new favorite Brave, man.
Seriously, he's pitching lights out, or he's pitching really well, and he homered in back-to-back games.
He had a grand salami.
He had a grand
salami,
and it was like a 435-foot grand slam.
It was
dead center,
mammo, as Chipper Jones would say.
It wasn't a little cheapy. He got all of that one. Yeah, and he also did like a bat flip too. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, he pimped it out a little bit, and he said, and I looked it up. He's the first Braves pitcher since they've been in Atlanta to homer in back-to-back starts.
That's
I guess Warren Spahn did it when they were still in Milwaukee, but yeah. And I don't know if this is still true. It might not be, but after that second home run, he had more RBIs than Francisco Lindor for the season.
Christ.
And what I love about Huascar Inoa is his name, because there's this thing in Latin America where like people name their kids English names, but they do it phonetically. They don't really know how to spell it. So it's Oscar, but to them it's Huascar, Oscar. And I love that.
Yeah,
that's interesting, because I was wondering, I was like, is that like a common name? But
no,
now I know.
There's a lot, like I have friends and people like that have phonetically English spelled names that like you look at them on paper and it's like, what is this? And then you hear it and it's like, oh, that's how you think Oscar sounds or is spelled. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's amazing.
So
he's got one of the best names out there.
Yeah.
It really is. The last name too is cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So more of that, please. More pitchers hitting freaking dingers and grand salamis.
Yeah. And I mean, the Mets are going to miss that offense from DeGrom as well, because he was doing pretty good with it to start the year as well.
Yeah.
Rough luck.
Best hitters.
And they're already missing Syndergaard. Is he due back this year, or is he?
I think next month. I think in June or July he's coming back. So
Thor,
like the Marvel movie. You know, Marvel. Everybody loves it. You're required to watch it as an American citizen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's the highest form of art.
Highest form of art.
It is.
It's smart stuff.
Martin Scorsese loves it. He talks about how great it is.
Yeah.
He loves content. He doesn't love films. He loves content.
I love content. I love content. I just love
TikTok.
TikTok. TikTok, by the way,
Oh,
hilarious. Sorry,
the
go ahead,
best.
Diego.
That's what comedy is. I
sure.
love how comedy has gone from writing things and producing stuff and being funny to being on TikTok and doing like.
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, yeah.
I'm dancing. Look, I'm dancing.
If you're a
This is what
hot,
dancing
Diego.
is.
That's too funny, Diego. Stop.
yeah. I mean,
I'm gonna piss my pants laughing at
it's
you.
really good. It would be even better if you were a super hot woman. Then it'd be really, really funny.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Something, yeah, I agree, Jimmy. You want to make something funnier? Add a super hot woman.
Yeah.
Or a hot hunk.
Speaking
Yeah.
of funny, did you guys watch Saturday Night Live starring Elon Musk?
I haven't. I've got it saved on my DVR on my TiVo, but I haven't watched it yet.
I would rather slice my throat with a rusty piece of metal.
I'm not watching. I'm not watching.
I watched some of it.
Did you cry? Did you poop your pants?
It was great, right?
It's like actually kind of embarrassing. Like he started it by saying he's the first. We don't have to dive into this too much, but he was like, I am the first person with Asperger's to host Saturday Night Live. And,
an unverifiable claim.
Yeah, right.
Totally unverified. Yeah. Well, his follow-up joke was like, well, the first one to admit it. But
very clever.
Yeah, and then that's when I turned it off. So I got about a minute and a half into his monologue.
Sure.
And then I tried to watch a sketch where he played Wario, and it was also that was even harder to watch. Him acting in a sketch. Woof. Anyway, Diego, I totally derailed what you were about to.
Oh no! I was just saying, like we're talking in New York. We're sticking in New York. We're not leaving the city, but we're going to the Bronx now because the Houston Astros were in New York for the first time with fans back, and it didn't go very well for them at Yankee Stadium. Because the Astros have benefited from the plague the most. Because the whole cheating scandal happened and everything, and then the season happened last season, but there were no fans, so they didn't have to deal with the repercussions of it.
Yep.
Now they're there, and I love how petty people are that 2 years later have not let this go. And Yankees fans let them have it, and I am here for it. I hate that I'm happy about Yankees fans and I'm rooting for them, but I'm all about it in this case.
No.
Well,
yeah, they spoke for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
But what's crazy is I think there's 3 players left from that team.
That's all. But Altuve, even at batting practice, like even they were showing up to batting practice just to boo Altuve and Correa. You know what I mean? And it was beautiful.
To be fair, the 3 that are left, it's like Altuve, Bregman, and Correa, and maybe like Yuli Gurriel.
Yeah, and Greinke.
They're like some of the most hateable guys. Like,
well, that's the thing.
All of baseball.
Remember how they were taunting everyone last season in the playoffs? It's like, oh, we're good. Like, screw you. Like, this cheating thing. Like, bring it. And it's like, oh, now they've filed a complaint with Major League Baseball saying that the fans are being too harsh because they're throwing trash cans onto the field, and they're dressing up like Oscar the Grouch, and they're just like completely going insane. Yeah. I love it. Yeah. I hope it continues everywhere they go.
Agreed.
You've sold me. I was gonna be like, maybe they shouldn't because there's only a couple of them left, but now I'm back on board. Let's keep it going because I forgot that they were trying to like lean into the cheating scandal.
They did that in the playoff run. They did that.
They were like very surprisingly like unapologetic about the whole thing. They were kind of just like, oh, what? I guess everybody's like, why are you being so annoying about it? Basically.
And they got no punishment. Like,
they didn't
nothing happened. Yeah. It's insane.
Yeah. It's crazy.
That is
man.
Insane.
Like, AJ Hinch is the manager of the Tigers now. What the hell?
The Red Sox fired Alex Cora for a season, and then they're like, all right, come on back.
And the Red Sox have the iWatch thing that, that's kind of been, and the Yankees have their own cheating thing that's been forgotten about a little bit. But the Astros were so out there with it that it's ridiculous.
Jeez. And Speaking of hateable, I did just want to quickly point out hateable players. Trevor Bauer reportedly, he said he's pissed that the Dodgers lost their 5th consecutive series.
Hateable player, amazing singer.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God.
Make that clear.
Separate the art from the artist.
Exactly.
Yes. Like I can listen to Across Time and Space
and
just appreciate it for the great song that it is.
Sure. And
wow.
That can produce that.
Yeah. I mean, do I need to play it again? I will.
We can.
But he's pissed because the Dodgers had this huge start. Like I think they went like 15-2 to start the. Yeah. And I guess they've just been losing series after series since, and he doesn't like losing. Well, we don't care.
Yeah, tough titties, man. Nobody's shedding any tears for you, pal.
Yeah, and he kind of, I mean, a lot of people said it, and maybe it's true. Like he had the benefit to find
the perfect car for
shortened season. So he maybe he wasn't as good as people thought he was after last season. Maybe he just had a good stretch.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, I'm enjoying it because when I saw the Dodgers get off to that start this year. Oh wait, here we go. Is this?
No, you can keep talking. That's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, when the Dodgers started like 15-2 or whatever, I was like, oh great, here we go. They're a super team.
Whoa, and I love you so. Across time and space, I will never feel alone. Oh, you're an angel, whoa, and I love you so. Across time and space, I will never feel alone.
Oh, I will never feel alone.
Really good, man.
It's really good. You know, it would make Mike Love proud as another Southern California boy.
Yeah.
I mean, I listen to that song all the time. Good times, bad times. It's got me through a lot.
Yeah. And also, felt anyone listening out there, if you're ever gonna like, you know, get into a love making session, need a little music.
Sorry, I didn't.
Across time and space is the way to go.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Cross time and, you know,
that'll get your woman or your man ready to rock and roll,
you know,
real fast,
whatever
real
the
quick
gender is that you're attracted to. Ooh. Yeah, they're gonna be ready for sex, and when that comes on,
big time. Yeah.
So anyway,
filled with love flew across time and space. Never a place where we shared. My life turned to grace. Home base was in your arms, was never an arms race. No battle of words, enthralled to see your face, staring deep in.
It's good stuff.
It's really good.
I play more because like we'll get sued. You know what I mean? And I don't want that to happen.
Right.
Well, we'll take that offline. We'll listen to that because I mean, dude, I just love it. I love it.
Of course.
I love that music.
How could you not?
Huge musical talent, big pitching talent.
It's crazy that somebody can be that incredible of an athlete and a brilliant artist. Like that doesn't happen.
It's unfair.
No.
It's just unfair.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like every now and then God reaches down and touches someone in a way that it seems, it's like, it's
crazy.
How did this happen to one guy? But there's a few of them, and he's one.
There's a few of us, you know what I mean?
Us, yes. Speaking of other pitchers whose personalities were not crazy or not great, do you guys see this? You hear about this? The Braves reliever who got dropped because he got in a fight at a bar in Atlanta.
Yeah, Jacob Webb, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Apparently, a patron was giving him some guff about his performance, and I don't know. There wasn't a ton given out about the incident, but
yeah, they dropped him completely, right? Like he's cut. He's like they didn't just send him down. Like he's not in the organization anymore, right?
I'm not sure.
Okay. I may have that wrong, but
you might be right. But he was at a place called Wave Restaurant and Lounge. And I tried to Google that place and I could not find it. So
I found it. It's got 1 star on Google reviews. It's located on Buford Highway. I don't know if that's the Wave restaurant and lounge that he was at, but it is. It's.
I mean, and if you're not from Atlanta, Buford Highway is where all the stars go to hang.
Exactly.
No,
If the
not
name
really.
Doesn't tell you that. Yeah. No, it's kind of the opposite of that. It's got a lot of other good things, but if you were a professional athlete and you want to go hang out somewhere cool after a game, Buford Highway is probably not where you would end up.
No, you would go to Buford Highway to get delicious food from pretty much anywhere in the world, but you wouldn't go hang out.
Unless you're going to Follies.
Right.
Because that's on Buford Highway.
Sure.
Or the Pink Pony, the original Pink Pony.
Sure.
Those are horny guy hangouts.
Yeah.
Shoe shows.
Some good horny guy hangouts out there for sure.
They're shoe shows. They're shows for shoes that ladies show off shoes at.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And I love that you put up Trevor Bauer's album cover, Diego. Very cool. Seems like a guy you want to kick it with.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, definitely.
Seems like really cool people grow up in Los Angeles and they're just cool.
Sure.
Yeah. So
yeah,
anyway.
Jacob Webb. We'll see you soon, maybe not. Yeah, it's weird. There's been a lot of weird bar fights because, like, I had put on our rundown too in Nashville. This is totally unrelated, but there's a bar fight at Kid Rock's restaurant, and a patron was kicked out because he was swinging his colostomy bag around to get the people off of him.
Yeah, man. I mean,
poor guy.
Whom among us has not swung their colostomy bag around?
Look, you want to go out for some drinks. You bring your colostomy bag because what the hell else are you supposed to do with it? You're minding your own business at the bar. Somebody starts messing with you. Yeah, you got to slap them around with the old colostomy bag.
And I'm getting a look at the offender.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a cool looking guy. He's got a tattoo on his forehead.
Yeah.
Right where
yeah.
he's balding, and right about this hairline, he's got something tattooed on his head, some words, and he's got a mustache that goes down below his jawline.
Basically, he looks like what you imagine in your head a man who would swing his colostomy bag at Kid Rock's honky tonk in Nashville would look like.
Yeah.
And I just had to look it up. It's called Kid Rock's Honky Tonk Rock and Roll Steakhouse.
Yeah, so it's
a great name. I also just have to say I was in Nashville a couple years ago and walked by Kid Rock's bar / steakhouse restaurant and honky tonk on Broadway there in Nashville. Didn't go in. There was a lot of people crowded around that place though, and there's a huge sign inside the bar that you can see from the street that just says Cadillac Pussy. I don't know. Sorry if that's not safe for our network, so bleep censor me or whatever. I don't know.
If Kid Rock says it, it's safe for anybody.
Yeah, it's apparently it's the title of a song he made with Hank Williams Jr. a few years ago. So
big alpha energy with those.
Huge alpha energy. It's also amazing how Kid Rock pivoted from sort of a rap or urban, more
wanting
urban
to be
music.
black.
Yeah.
As a youngster.
Yeah. To now he's like a country guy. But
it's weird how like rich suburban kids can do that, you know?
Yeah, because that's what he was. Yeah, he grew up in like a mansion outside of Detroit.
Yeah.
And
then he was a street tough from Detroit rapper doing the underground thing, and even had like grown out his hair as like a flat top.
Yeah,
and now he's a good old boy. He's born free, you know.
Yeah,
and I'll reach out to them about sponsoring the show.
Okay, that'd be great.
But I just want to. This is not paid. I'm just reading. You guys want to hear a little bit about the vibe at Kid Rock's Honky Tonk's Rock and Roll Steakhouse?
More than anything else.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it's located on the corner of 3rd Avenue and Broadway. Kid Rock's big ass honky tonk and rock and roll steakhouse is Nashville's biggest and baddest new honky tonk. 5 floors, 4 stages, and 6 bars. This gorgeous honky tonk can accommodate almost 2,000 people. Jesus. Let's see, blah, blah, blah. Our kitchen serves mouth-watering steaks daily, including our 36-ounce tomahawk ribeye. Want to watch your team play? We've got you covered with large screen 4K TVs on every floor.
Want to be constipated for 3 weeks?
So yeah, man, like, what do you say? Maybe take a trip to Nashville, Sports Lords trip. We all go to a Kid Rock's honky tonk rock and roll steakhouse.
I say yes.
Yeah. And we all get 36-ounce ribeyes and die at the restaurant.
I mean, dude, yeah, they got steakhouse chili cheese potato. They got it all. I mean, I'm just looking at this menu and my mouth is watering for the bourbon butter toffee banana cake.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can go to Nashville and sure you can check out all of these venues and honky tonks that have been there for decades where music legends performed, or skip all that stuff and just hang out at Kid Rock's world famous extra large fat ass mother trucking honky tonk explosion. It's an easy choice.
Grand Ole Opry, get out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what are we doing? Like, Dukes or whatever? No.
I don't want to see where Willie Nelson got his start 60 years ago.
No. I want to see a suburban rich kid from the suburbs of Detroit built this crap hole.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't want to go try it. Want to get a beer at one of those places. I want to go to Kid Rock's place and get a Devil Without a Cause, which is a cocktail with cherry vodka, cranberry, and pineapple. That's what I want. That sounds good to me.
Yeah, if they could just mix some Sprite in there too.
Well, you know what, Jimmy? It's funny you say Sprite because the sweet Southern sugar is peach vodka, Sprite, and orange juice.
As long as they have a memorial to Joe C. Good.
Yeah.
You know what? That is a glaring omission. I don't see a Joe C. cocktail. I imagine it would be served in a shot glass rather than a regular glass. For reasons that should be obvious if you know about Joe C. And but
anyway,
amazing.
But speaking of that, how about Tony La Russa not knowing the rules of baseball, huh?
Yeah. That's not ideal.
Yeah.
He didn't know. What did he not know?
The new rule on of the runner in extra innings and starting at second base.
And how was it revealed that he didn't know about that?
Well, so the rule right now is that whoever got the last out the previous inning starts automatically at second base. And I think Tony La Russa like subbed him, put in a pinch runner who's like he put in a pitcher, right? Wasn't that?
He did like a double switch.
Yeah.
And so because he put Liam Hendricks in as a pinch runner, and then he pitched the top of the next inning or whatever it was. But yeah, he put Liam Hendricks in the game and thought that then he had to use him as the runner.
Right. That's what it was. Yeah.
But you don't have to. You're allowed to switch somebody. If you have a pitcher in that spot, you're allowed to put somebody else in.
But also, like, is there no one on the bench? No bench coach, no player.
Yeah.
Who's like, hey, Tony, maybe don't do that. Like, let's this is the new rules now.
Yeah. It's kind of amazing. Yeah. That there's one person there who's like, no, old man, you don't have to do that. It's also kind of insane that Tony La Russa is like a grandpa. Like he's an old man managing this team.
He's really old. I mean, it just seems bizarre to have a guy that old who's been out of the game for a while. We've talked about it before, but we saw him. We were in Cooperstown to see him get inducted into the Hall of Fame.
That's right.
That was 6 years ago, 7 years ago.
6 to 7, 6. Yeah, 6. Yeah.
So he's so fucking freaking old. He's so fucking old. I'll say it.
There we go.
He was already 7 years ago retired and out of the game, being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Here we are 7 years later, and a couple DUIs later.
He looks like the type
back.
of guy. He looks like the type of guy that falls asleep in his car drunk and then pulls the "Do you know who I am?" card on a cop. Like,
Yeah,
he seems like a guy who would do that.
Just off the top of your head.
Yeah.
Right.
Coaching
Yeah.
one of the youngest teams, one of the funnest teams in baseball, or or could be funnest teams in baseball. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because Tony's his main guy there in St. Louis, who he won a couple championships with, the only Albert Pujols, was unceremoniously released by the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim in Southern California of Anaheim last week.
Just outside of Los Angeles in Anaheim, just west of Covina
in California. Yeah. And there was some speculation that maybe the White Sox would pick up Pujols to reunite him with his old skipper. But apparently there's not really a fit on the roster for old man Albert.
I think, and I think he wants to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's just, he's not quite the player he once was.
No.
So.
And the other thing about Tony La Russa, hey man, Yasmani Grandal is one of the best catchers in baseball. Can you play him a little bit so my fantasy team can do a little bit better? Like, get out of here. That's the real rub, right?
Yeah.
With me and him.
That's important. Yeah. Come on, Tony. Yeah.
So anyway, I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, I hope Pujols will get to land somewhere and not finish his career on such a flat note. But
yeah, I mean, I'm not a Cardinals fan by any stretch. I don't like the Cardinals, but I do feel like Pujols, they should sign him to a 1-day deal or something, so he can if he's done, he should get some kind of ceremonial exit, because when you look at his numbers from the first half of his career, they're insane. He was hitting 330 with 35 homers every season for a decade, basically. So it sucks to see guys like that just kind of go out with a whimper, but that's what happens a lot of times.
Mm.
Yeah. But I'm sure they will. I'm sure he'll get that. The Mariners did it with Ichiro and and with Griffey as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure the Cardinals, I mean, they're the best baseball fans. They'll do something, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Hot off the presses. I'm just seeing
extra.
Hate to inform A-Rod, but J-Lo and Ben Affleck are officially back together. Is that right?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
It sure is. I got the news from Jose Canseco on Twitter. It's in E News is reporting it, so it's legit.
Oh yeah. That's one of our most trusted journalistic institutions.
I mean, honestly, at this point, it kind of is.
It says apparently J-Lo and Ben Affleck spent several days together in Montana.
Visiting Ted Turner.
This is really quick, man.
So maybe J-Lo was the one that was being not all up to snuff in that relationship, and we were automatically blaming A-Rod.
Yeah, that's got to be tough for A-Rod to watch that happen just weeks after he was trying to win her back through his Instagram stories.
I know. Really tough. Really, it's like they're all back in middle school,
Yeah. But I'm assuming Jose Canseco is celebrating this because it's an L for A-Rod, right?
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Yeah. That makes
big
sense.
time L for A-Rod. I would,
but maybe
like to
not.
see-
Maybe if J-Lo was, not into it, maybe now A-Rod's free.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, that's true. Man, I would love to see A-Rod and Ben Affleck physically fight
Yeah, that would be interesting.
because Ben, like, he plays tough guys sometimes, so I would imagine he might fancy himself a bit of a tough
Mhm.
guy, but A-Rod
Yeah.
is actually a former professional athlete. So
I kind of actually lean towards A-Rod because Ben is one of those Hollywood types who has been a rich guy since he was like 23, which I guess A-Rod has too, but Ben still carries this like sort of quasi like white or blue collar persona. I feel like a little bit where he's like, I'm a Boston dick in the dirt Boston guy,
which is funny because
I go to Duncan.
he's
Yeah.
from
I got
he's-
a dad bod. Like, whatever. Who
he's
cares?
from Cambridge, which is like,
right.
Fancy town.
fancy town, and
Fancy
he
boy.
went to like a new agey like private school, I believe.
Yeah.
So it's
Just a
like
fancy boy.
he's a little fancy boy.
He's a Boston dandy. He's a Cambridge dandy.
Exactly.
A-Rod's from the streets of Miami, baby.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
A-Rod, even though he's a D-bag, I think he's got a little more grit to him than Ben does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, don't you remember him slapping the ball out of Josh Beckett's hands going down first base?
Oh, yes, I do.
He's got so much grit. It's like the best he could do. Come on, A-Rod. Just plow him over, baby.
Exactly. So, but buona fortuna to J-Lo and Ben.
See. Yeah. I will say, I think if Trump was still president, he might push for some kind of celebrity wrestling showdown thing, which that's one loss.
If he was still on Twitter, he'd be gabbing about this.
Be all over this story.
He'd be like,
Well,
wow, J-Lo and Ben, they're already together shortly after breakup. Not nice.
I personally know A-Rod. He's a great guy. I can't believe J-Lo did this, Dad.
A-Rod, tremendous guy, great golfer, and now he's J-Lo. Yeah, he'd be inserting himself.
Alex. Don't worry, Alex. You'll bounce back. We'll go to Little St. James together, and you'll be all good.
Don't worry, Alex. I'm told she's not even that much of a catch in the bedroom, if you know what I'm saying. I've heard it. I've heard. Don't worry. And Ben, not nice. Ben, very dishonest guy. Probably was seeing her while you were together. In my opinion, you lucked out. You dodged a bullet, Alex. Come to
Alex,
Mar-a-Lago. There's lots of gorgeous women.
Melania has so many friends. I'll deport that cheating J-Lo.
Cheating J-Lo, deported. He'd deport her even though she's like from here.
Jenny from the Bronx.
Yeah.
From the Bronx, and then even if you send her to Puerto Rico, it's like part of America.
Yeah, exactly. It's part of the United States.
Yeah.
Very not nice, not trustworthy. I'm told there's
Lion Lopez, okay? Lion Lopez.
Lion Lopez. You can't trust her. The best thing she did was Selena, and that was a long time ago.
I love that movie. That movie is so good. So good. I couldn't understand what they were saying, but it was good to watch.
It was so good. I like the parts where J-Lo was dancing and not wearing a lot of clothes.
The music was bad.
I think we can all agree, bitty bitty bamba. Am I right? I think I'm right.
Yeah,
Sweet.
it's good luck to them, I guess.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll be together forever. I
Oh
think
yeah.
that's
Yeah,
safe.
this one.
Yeah.
Second
J-Lo
time,
and Ben have a long history of celebrity relationships that last forever.
For sure. For sure. They're both.
I mean, this is what it was. It's sort of a storybook thing because, they were together, they broke up, he got married, he cheated on his wife with his babysitter, and now they're back together. It's like it's like a fairy tale.
It is. It's dreams come true. Yeah.
I mean, that's just like,
it's every
that's
little
kinda how
girl's
you
dream,
dream
you
it.
know.
That
Yeah,
is
it's every little girl's dream when you're.
It really is.
Like I have a sister, and I remember like growing up, like all the stories and movies she would watch. It was all that going on.
Sure. Just a fairy tale life.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
It's not going to
congrats,
happen
Bennett,
again. It's not going to happen again.
No. They're gonna do it right this time.
Yeah. Let's see. We're running out of time here. And we got a few. I don't know where we go here.
I will just say, just super briefly, I don't think we touched on it much last week, but the Aaron Rodgers situation. Yeah. That news broke on draft day that he wants out of Green Bay. He wants them to trade him.
Or the GM fired.
Yeah. He also apparently, this got out that he's referred to the GM as Jerry Krause, which makes Aaron MJ in that analogy, which might be a bit of a stretch there, pal. But yeah, that's interesting. I don't think anything's really developed there, but apparently he really wants the Jeopardy job. Got news for you, pal.
It's LeVar Burton's.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
he's like fifth on the list at best.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's clamoring for him to host.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a weird situation. And then like Terry Bradshaw has come out against Aaron Rodgers and talked trash about him, and he should just shuck it up and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, hey, Terry, didn't you also do the same thing in Pittsburgh back when you were playing and they drafted a quarterback behind you? Because you did, buddy. It's just like, who cares? Hey, I mean, I'll throw this out there. Why not the Atlanta Falcons do a little QB swap and we get Aaron Rodgers to throw the ball to Julio and Calvin Ridley and Kyle Pitts?
Whoa.
And Matt Ryan can go to Green Bay and, have another okay season. And I'm a Matt Ryan fan. I like the guy, but how cool would it be for Aaron Rodgers to come?
That'd be tight.
Run that offense.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Although I have heard Julio rumors, but that people are like, well, the Falcons should try to, if Aaron Rodgers is so upset and wants weapons, then maybe the Packers would give up a lot for Julio Jones to make Aaron Rodgers happy. But I don't know. We'll see. But
yeah, dang. Well, as long as he doesn't host Jeopardy, I'm fine.
Yeah, but I mean, like, really the landing spot Aaron Rodgers should be looking at, and I know this would be tough because they just drafted Trevor Lawrence, but if I'm Aaron Rodgers, I want to go to Jacksonville, because Jacksonville is signing Tim Tebow to play tight end, and as a quarterback, like, I would be drooling. I mean, why would you not want that?
For sure. Oh yeah,
former New York Met Tim Tebow.
Yeah,
I would just
all around cool guy.
Full circle.
I'd be excited to just go back, go hang out with him and talk about the Lord and the Lord's grace and that which He hath bestoweth upon me.
Learn how to circumcise people.
Oh yeah.
Make cool movies with your brother Robbie Tebow. Right? That was his name, right? I think.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Reggie, Robbie, Rodney. It doesn't matter.
It's been a while since they were guests on our show, and I apologize for not remembering. But.
And that was early in the pandemic when we watched
Run the Race.
They made Run the Race.
That's right.
We all learned hard lessons in that movie.
For sure.
Movie, probably the best movie I've ever seen. I think it's part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Can you say snub Academy Awards?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Academy Awards. It's a movie about the Lord and the Lord's grace and that which He hath bestoweth upon me. Oh, and now it's not in the Academy Awards. Give me a break.
We know how Hollywood feels about the Lord and His grace, so that's not surprising, unfortunately.
Hey, excuse my language, but Academy Awards, get bent.
Yeah.
Bent.
Diego.
Sorry, I'm angry. All right.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Get stuffed. Okay.
I love it. And speaking of things we shouldn't have to apologize for, America. And guess what? First American ever is going to be in the Champions League final, playing for Chelsea.
Yeah, there's 2 Americans that are going to be in the final, but only one of them is going to be playing.
Who's the other one?
Manchester City's like backup goalie, Zach Steffen. But then he might have like weird dual citizenship. But yeah, Christian Pulisic of Chelsea will be starting for playing for Chelsea. He doesn't always start, but he always plays.
He's good.
He's
legit.
really good. He's a really good player. But yeah, Man City, Chelsea will be the Champions League final. Supposed to take place in Istanbul, Turkey. They want to try to move it to England because Turkey has very rigid COVID rules right now because they're having some issues. And so like it'd be this whole thing of them having to arrive early and quarantining, but then that would interfere with the Premier League schedule. And that would be a thing. And so it's like, let's just do it in Wembley. Let's just do it in England. It's 2 English teams anyway. The fans can stay here. They don't have to travel to this country that wants to have restrictions. It kind of makes sense in my opinion, but Turkey of course is going to lose money on this. So they don't want that.
Yeah.
But that's becoming a whole thing.
Yeah. That seems to make sense though.
Yeah.
I mean, if I were a fan, I'd be like, yeah, that sounds way better for me.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, I'm just excited to see Man City, my Liam Gallagher's favorite team, take it to Chelsea.
I am pulling for Man City, even though I'm not a huge fan of either team, but I would like to see them win. And also before we go, speaking of things we shouldn't apologize for, steroids, okay? And horses taking steroids, because apparently that's a problem now.
Yeah.
In the Kentucky
cancel
Derby.
Culture has gotten out of control.
Ugh.
Okay. A horse does a little bit of steroids and wins the Kentucky Derby.
A thing we all care about.
Yeah. A thing the entire country is locked in on. And
the world.
I'm locked the frig in, and I'm wearing a big sun hat and a dress because
we all wear our dresses for the event.
And we drink disgusting mint juleps. It tastes like pee-pee.
Yeah. Okay. And now these wokesters are coming in and they're canceling this beautiful animal.
Makes me sick. And to all the cancel culture people who don't approve of horses taking steroids, pardon my language, but get bent. Okay?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I back that up 100%, Kev. Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't have the courage to say get what you guys said.
Yeah,
but
the trainer is blaming cancel culture on this, which is very funny. And it's like all these people are upset about horses taking steroids, but they're okay with them turning them into glue. Come on.
Yeah.
Hypocritical much?
Seriously.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sorry we waited till the very last minute to talk about this because I have so much to say and I'm so outraged about it.
Get bent, or if you want to be safe, get.
Ooh.
Right?
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I just get, we all get worked up when we talk about people being against horses taking steroids.
Right. Yeah, it's the biggest problem we're facing right now.
Yeah, it's huge.
And the other big problem, I know we mentioned it briefly before we started recording, but I just want to say, quit changing the names of stadiums.
Oh yeah,
Miller Park. Come on.
It's
American Family Field now.
Terrible.
The Brewers play.
It's the
freaking Milwaukee Brewers. Come on.
It's a disgrace.
And then Marlins Stadium, I guess they were just waiting for someone to buy the rights to name it, because now it's Lone Depot Stadium.
Ugh. What an enticing name to go see a ball game at.
Yeah, that's a funny corporate name. Like, you imagine a guy standing in front of a huge warehouse. It's like, yeah, I got loans. I got all types of loans, and come check out my Loan Depot.
I got
what do you need in here? I got everything.
I got everything from high interest loans to very high interest loans.
Yeah. You looking for a subprime mortgage? Yeah, come on in, pal.
We're talking 3%, 5%, 10%. I can keep going.
Hey, I got title loans in here. I got payday loans, whatever you want. I got them in here. It's a whole depot of loans.
Yeah.
Which
Stupid.
Which real quick, I guess, before we get out of here, speaking of stadiums and all this and seeing ball games, I'm going to get to go see the Buffalo Blue Jays, I should say, in a few weeks. And I am pumped.
That's going to be awesome, man.
It's going to be super fun.
You're going to have the intimacy of a minor league stadium, but big league players. It's kind of like an ideal situation.
It's going to be great. I'm super pumped.
Yeah. What do you know? Do you already have tickets?
No, they go on sale this week. It's going to be very competitive because everyone wants them. But I'm willing to overpay. So
yeah.
But if anyone out there with the Blue Jays is listening, send them to your boy. Come on.
Sure.
I'll give you good coverage.
We're journalists.
How about that? How about remember? A few months back, it was the Canadians were like, we don't want you coming in here. You guys are out of control with your COVID. Well, guess what, suckers? We're all vaxxed up now.
Woo!
So we don't want to come into your freaking.
I mean, cold. I do. I really do. Sure, I really want to go to Canada.
Well, I don't. So
yeah, I don't.
No, I'm just kidding. I love Canada's a wonderful country.
I can see it. It's awesome.
Yeah, you can touch it. Yeah,
it is a nice place.
But I'm pumped for the Blue Jays to come here. I'm pumped to have the opportunity to see baseball, which I didn't think I would, based on where I live. So
yeah, man,
that's exciting.
And it's a fun team.
Yeah, for sure.
And when I went to Yankee Stadium, what was nice is I basically had a section to myself. So I got to stand up, walk around, It's
and nice. With it being a minor league park, beers might not be $14. Yeah. They might be a little bit less. You know what I mean?
That's nice too.
Yeah. And if they keep it BYOB, it's even better.
Ooh. That's awesome.
And I'll be going up to Fenway in a couple weeks. So
nice.
Oh
yeah. Taking a little trip to Beantown to see the Bravos play the Red Sox.
I'm gonna go keep an eye on Mr. Affleck to make sure he's on the up and up.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be going over there, hanging out with Ben and Matt and John Kennedy and Conan O'Brien.
Nice.
Wow.
All the Bostonians.
Well, there you go. And with that, I think that's going to wrap up another comprehensive, super detail-oriented, and 100% accurate analysis of what happened in sports this week.
You're welcome, everybody.
Biggest story in sports. You're not going to see it on ESPN, but you'll see it here. J-Lo and Ben.
You'll hear it here. And for more sports stories, check out the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. Download the app while you're at it. You know what I mean?
Get that app on your phone. It's got lots of good stuff in there.
Put it on your phone. You can listen to the show directly on there. You can listen to any show directly on there. It's easy. Just get it on there.
Yeah.
Stop being a baby about it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not hard.
Yeah, grow up.
But for real, check it out. Check out Worldwide Sports Radio Network's website and on the socials. Follow us on the socials. And we'll be back next week with another classic up, guys.
Yeah. Stay blessed, everybody.
Stay alive. And stay alive, everybody. And have a good week. And we'll see y'all on the flip side, baby. Bye.
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 It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Do current market conditions have you nervous? Our experienced team of financial professionals at Heritage Harbor Financial Associates understands that no two investors are alike. We all have different goals, needs, and appetites for risk. That's why the one-size-fits-all approach does not work, especially when planning for retirement. At Heritage Harbor Financial Associates, we analyze your unique investment style so that you can work toward your individual retirement goals on your terms. Heritage Harbor Financial Associates can help you take steps to reach your retirement goals by providing a wide array of financial products to fit your needs, even for the risk adverse. Give us a call at 631-331-6599 to learn more or to set up an appointment with one of our financial professionals. You can also find us on the web at hhfa.org or on Facebook at facebook.com/hhfa.org. Our number again is 631-331-6599. That's 631-331-6599. Investments in stocks, bonds, and mutual funds and variable annuities are not FDIC insured and are subject to fluctuation in value and market risk, including loss of principal. Heritage Harbor Financial Associates offers securities through AXA Advisors LLC, New York, New York. Member FINRA, SIPC, annuity and insurance products.